Good morning, Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. I'm here in Rahway with Ronald McCray.
Yes.
Okay, Ronald, you called me the other day. You seem to have some concerns about your block,
Yes.
Hazelwood.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what would you like to say about Hazelwood block in, is it Hazelwood Avenue?
Yes, East Hazelwood Avenue.
East Hazelwood Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay. Down from the Dairy Queen.
Yes.
Okay. What issues do you have with this street here?
The issues I have here, I've been out here in Rahway probably about 40 years or so.
Wow, okay.
You know, and
Where you originally from?
Elizabeth,
Okay.
for the most part. Then I lived in Colonia, and I was born in Plainfield.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. But I've been addressing this issue actually now for, I'm going to say, good 10 years. But it has extended from '96 when they used to have 18-wheelers and big trucks coming down, because they used to tear down the electrical wires.
Okay.
So they pretty much diverted the big trucks over to Randolph, which
So
is parallel.
The tractor trailers don't come down this road.
Yeah, now they bailed down here. You have tractor trailers, 18-wheelers, box trucks, dump trucks. The speed limit is 25. This is a residential area.
Okay.
And the slowest vehicle, if it's a car, might be 35. But you have from even New Jersey Transit, the bus comes up and down here, anywhere between 40 to 50 miles an hour, depending on the driver.
Don't they have speed traps on this street, like the indicators that you're going too fast? Do they have those?
Yes, they put those up 2 years ago. There's one right there on the pole, and then the one down the street.
Okay.
But they were speeding when they put them up, and they're still speeding now.
Okay.
And matter of fact, even with the crazy depends on the time of day, they anywhere between 55 to 70 miles an hour.
Wow. Wow.
Right down the street, there's a, used to be a JFK, but it's a Rahway organization, Community Action Center,
Okay.
where they pick up, where the school bus picks up and drop kids off.
Sure.
And so, and you have a crossing right here on Stockton and East Hazelwood.
Yes.
Now, Stockton and East Hazelwood used to have a crossing guard up until '96 and '97.
All right.
But they no longer have one. I have been addressing these issues at the Rahway Council almost on a regular basis.
The Rahway City Council.
Yes.
Who's the mayor out here?
Mayor Giacobi, Raymond Giacobi.
Have you talked with him?
I spoke with him. He's been at council. The council president, the councilman for this ward is Councilman Dave Brown.
Okay.
He's fully aware of the situation, and yet the council refused to put any strict issues on them. School buses that come out of Carteret fly down here and they pick up kids.
Like this truck here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You say the speed limit is how much?
25. The
Well,
speed
I'm
limit is
sure, yeah,
25.
that's way more than 12. I can look here and tell us.
Yes.
That's in 25.
And one of the biggest things too, it has gotten over the last 2-3 years now. Matter of fact, give an example. I think last April we had a minor earthquake,
Okay.
and then there was after tremors. That's what you get in reference to this truck on a regular basis.
Wow.
The whole house shakes, and so you really don't know if it's the trucks or an actual tremor.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm here in and out.
Sure.
But the traffic is beyond measure. This is a predominantly, and I say predominantly for this, actually it's minority, but predominantly African American
Community.
on this block. There's no place else in Union County, to tell you the truth, in New Jersey or probably the state, that you have that kind of speeding in a residential area. And that's without question. I mean, that's a fact. I've been to the county about 7 times.
And you went to the county and you talked
I
about
went to
it.
the county, spoke with them.
A Union County Elizabeth hold a seat for, is that the county seat for this town here? Are you Union County?
This is Union County, yes.
Okay, so you went to Elizabeth.
I went to Elizabeth.
Wow.
And my understanding, and I stand correct, but I'm almost sure Commissioner Baker this is his area.
Okay.
Okay, but honestly, he has not been out here to assess anything. Last time I was at the county was in October 22, and I addressed this issue. And at that time, one of the commissioners, I can't think of his name, a Caucasian guy, and he said, "Oh yes, we believe in public safety." because my number one issue, the topic was public issue.
Sure.
No matter how you look at it.
Sure.
And so when people's crossing the street, depending on the individual who may stop, other than that, you may have multiple cars go past and trucks go past before somebody decides to stop.
To let you cross. Then you
To
have
let you cross.
But then you have to worry about the other traffic coming the other way.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's with the New Jersey bus transit. I know almost all the vehicles. 18-wheel Western Express, 18-wheeler, you have PC Rigid. Matter of fact, FedEx trucks come out the gate doing 50. Easy. And
have you ever talked to the FedEx, the people that run FedEx?
I had called there and I spoke with the customer, I think it was customer service and representative. Mm-hmm. I called and I told them exactly what was going on and what is going on. And as of this moment, this conversation, nothing has changed. So to me, it went on deaf ears, even though when you call, everything is recorded.
Sure.
You see, so that's what's important. And so they haven't done anything, as if they're going on a flight deck.
Wow. And you said this has been going on since the 90s.
Yes, the big trucks back in the late 90s, because they used to tear down the electrical wires out here. And so from 96, I think around 96 and probably maybe middle 2000, okay, traffic been creeping just a tiny bit. Periodically you may get a truck come down here, but it wasn't the speed. Probably over the past, I'm going to say off the top of my head, easy 4 years now, 4 or 5 years, okay, that the speed has increased. And since they built a lot of the warehousing, I think FedEx and Amazon have warehouses down here now.
Sure.
They take this street as a shortcut because Randolph is a 35-mile-an-hour commercial road.
Okay.
They opened up, right down the street there's Lawrence and Randolph. Lawrence was over by the inspection station, used to be with land. So they took that land and they opened up so people can go straight to 109 or come off 109 and go straight down Randolph. And they may go into wherever they go, Carteret to the turnpike. But a lot of the trucks, gasoline trucks, dump trucks, flatbed trucks,
sure,
they come off 109. Rather than go straight, they come and fly down here,
right,
and vice versa.
Okay.
Instead of
going over to the other.
Instead of keep straight on.
Yes.
And that's the whole purpose of it. So now the influx of that traffic is as if they was on the turnpike of 109, high speed.
High speed.
You have PSNG trucks now. I've seen trucks, new and new company names that I haven't seen, but because of the word getting out,
sure,
or the indication, everybody's flying down here.
Wow.
You have dump trucks flying down here just as if you had a bowling ball and a little.
And there's never been like a police stayed out or whatever. Have you talked to the I'm sure you have talked to the police department.
Yes, I've been to the police department several times with Councilman Brown, and matter of fact, last year, I think it was November, if I'm not mistaken, Councilman Brown had spoken with the police director at the time. I expressed to him. Now, they come out here and they sat, and my thing is, it's almost like give me a lollipop, okay? They'll come out here and they'll sit, and maybe once or twice.
Sure.
It all depends. They might give out a ticket, but this is not on a regular basis. They used to have a police officer out here periodically on a regular basis up until, I'm going to say, the middle 2000. Because either they sat right down the street, right across the street from me,
sure,
or further down, but they would give out tickets. Also, outside of that, almost none. So if you get a police officer out here, it all depends. It all depends on how they feel.
Wow.
But it's not on a regular basis. You know, especially the concern that I've been raising on a regular basis. So you have all the departments right there at council meeting. I go to council meeting, it's either first and second Monday of each month. If there's a holiday, then it's the second and third Monday of each month.
And you express this issue, and it's
on a regular basis.
Wow.
And there's no response. It's not like, okay, Mr. McCray, we're going to take care of it, we're going to stop it. And I said on a numerous basis to the mayor who's there, when he is there, all he has to do, and matter of fact, the council president, or anybody said, look, we're going to stop this right now. But there's none.
Never. I wonder why. That's kind of strange.
I've been asking that question too.
Wow, that's strange.
And I always address public safety
Yes.
on a
yes.
regular basis. And I always express and say to them, this is not a Ronald McCray, this is about the public. What are the rules and regulations?
And how do the other neighbors feel about this here?
The other neighbors agree. Unfortunately, it's only a few that may come down to the council meeting. But I guarantee you, and matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I even had a petition, even hand out flyers down to the JFK. You think they will have top priority since they have kids picked up and dropped off, but they have not voiced about anything. And yet, I think it was last year, I found out at a council meeting, they gave the mayor a certificate of being a good mayor. And my issue is, wait a minute, you have kids being dropped off, and you give him a certificate to say he's a good mayor, but there's issues out here.
Sure.
Every Wednesday, right there by the JFK, they hand out food pantry, right?
Sure.
People crossing and struggling. I addressed this issue.
And that's still
nothing. You would think they would have a police officer to make sure that those who are crossing the street, those who are the
Sure.
Absolutely none. None.
Wow. Do they still have the flea market over here? Isn't there a flea market down here on the weekend sometime?
Yeah, the flea market is down by the prison.
Okay.
To the left of the Dairy Queen.
Okay, but that's not Hazelwood.
No. That's
Carter.
yeah.
Carter. Okay, all right.
That goes into Rahway Avenue.
All right, well, as we conclude the interview, is there any last words you would like to say, or you want to address this to anyone particular?
Yes, I definitely like to address this to the Rahway mayor as well as the council as a whole. It is imperative that you take heed to the importance of public safety. You say that you are transparent, yet you only focus on partial of your responsibility. And so again, if you're going to be mayor, as you have been elected by the people, address the issues of great concern. This is public issues. And I say this also to the Rahway council presidents and the council members. You have 3 floating council members who's supposed to know all of Rahway, yet they don't know any part of this area of Rahway. So again, I'd like to conclude this with, at this moment, I'm addressing this issue directly to the mayor of the Rahway of the city of Rahway.
Okay, Zachariah Jackson, Rahway, New Jersey today. Goodbye.